Hi everyone, this is Kristen on behalf of Ephraim Public Library, and today we're going to be talking about Overdrive. We access Overdrive through Utah's online library, and this is an excellent and crucial resource for our community for a number of reasons. The first one being our public library is small, and there are limits to how large our collection can be. Overdrive supplements that collection and gives our patrons access to materials that we simply can't fit in our small space. The second reason is sometimes libraries close. We have off hours, there's holidays, sometimes we are doing renovations or there's national emergencies, and we're just not open sometimes. But Overdrive is always open, it's online, you can access it at any time. And the third reason why Overdrive is so great is because it's portable. If you have a smartphone or a tablet, which many people do, you can always have a book with you. It's just there. It's on something that you carry around with you anyway. And that just helps us read more. So what I'm going to do today is give you a quick tour of Overdrive's webpage. I'll teach you how to log in and how to check out some of the resources that they have. So to access this, what I usually do is just go to Google and type in Utah Overdrive. I found this is the fastest way if you don't have a bookmark to bring it up. And it's the first result here. And this is what the webpage looks like. If you scroll down, they have lots of different ways that they categorize some of their collections based on what's happening this month or what's popular. And then we have this area right here where, again, breaks it down into different areas that they group some of their collections. So I'm going to go to collections here, and it shows here they have ebooks, audiobooks, magazines, and videos. I'm going to start with ebooks. So they have a couple of ways that they categorize this. They have available now, which means that there's no wait list. You can check it out right now and start reading immediately. They have new ebook editions. This is usually adults. And then they have new editions for kids, new for teens. They have their most popular, try something different, and then always available, which is similar to available now, but these items, there's always a copy to check out. It doesn't matter how many people have already checked them out. Those things are always available. So let's go to... let's do always available, actually, so you can see what it looks like. So there's a lot of classics here. Pride and Prejudice, Dickens, all that good stuff. And when you see this orange bar above it that says available, when you're searching for items, that's how you know that you can check it out right now. If, for example, I go to new ebook editions, you'll see a white bar above it and it says waitlist. And this means that there's a lot of people who want to read these items. And you can also, it's available in Utah's collection, but you'll have to get on the wait list and have to wait some time for those items. This is definitely a pain. Sometimes the wait list for super popular items can be really long. But like I said, if our collection in Ephraim doesn't have it, this is possibly your next best option to access that item you're looking for. And if you want, you can go here on the left and you can look by subject to see what's new. You can also, for ebooks, go up here to the top left, and they break down their entire collection by subjects. Also, we have fiction, nonfiction, and then they also go through age groups. So juvenile, that would be children, young adult, and then just everything in between. So that's ebooks. Next, they have audiobooks, and again, you'll see a lot of the similar things that you saw in the ebooks column here. We have always available, so you can always check out one of these audiobooks no matter what. Available now, so this is something that doesn't have a wait list. New audiobook editions, new kids editions, new teens, most popular, and again, try something different. So let's just look at what this looks like. I'm going to go to available now. And again, it's got that orange bar above that says available. And we've got audiobooks of all kinds. So it's kind of all mixed together. We've got a children's book here. We've got a nonfiction book here. We've got a classic. We've got a teen young adult book here, adults. So again, if you want to go to the left here and narrow it down to what you're looking for, you can browse without having everything all mixed together. Let's go to new. And again, we've got that wait list here. So we have some of these newer items available, but you'll just have to wait. Going back to collections, we have magazines. And actually, we saw this. They've been advertising this on their front page right up top, that they've got magazines. And they have here, they don't count towards your checkout limit. And we can talk about in a little bit how many items you can check out at one time on your account, but magazines don't count towards that. And it looks like we've got everything. We've got the gossip ones, we've got specialized interest ones, and are they always all available? It looks like they're all available, at least the ones that are here. So you can check those out. And then our last area is videos, and let's just go to see all here. We have available now, new video editions, new kids editions, most popular. And as you can see, we have some full-length feature films, and we also have some shorter videos, usually from like kids TV shows. We also have Sundance and Slam Dance films, and Learn Something New with the Great Courses. So this is a collection of videos where you can learn something. They're instructional videos, and they cover all kinds of categories. It's a large collection with lots of different topics, but there's lots of good things there. Okay, so that's briefly our tour. So now I'm going to go through the sign-in process. So up here in the top right, we have this orange sign-in button. I'm going to press that. And it's going to ask for your library. I already have mine selected here, but this is what the drop-down menu looks like. We'll press Ephraim Public Library. And it's going to ask for your card number. I have my library card right here, and on the back is the 14-digit number, so I'm going to type that in. Okay, and then the password instructions are the same for everyone. It's going to be your last name in lowercase. So I'm going to type that in. Okay, and you'll see that the sign-in is now turned into my account. If you are trying to sign in, you know that your library card is the right number. If you know that you've typed in your last name correctly and it's not working, it's most likely one of two problems. At our personal library, it's either that you have a fine that exceeds $5, and so there's a lock on your account. So you need to come to the library and pay that, and then we'll take off the lock, and then you can access Overdrive. Or it's that your card has expired. We have an expiration date of 1 year on the card, and then we renew it for another year. The reason why we do that is we want to make sure that your address is up to date. So if that's the case, you'll just need to come in or call us, verify your address, and we'll extend the renewal date on that 1 more year. If you don't know your library card number, you can always call us over the phone during our regular hours, and we can give that to you. So I'm going to go to my account here, and I'm just going to press on loans. You can see here I don't have anything checked out right now. It says here you can borrow 10 titles. And if you would like to see what the account limits are, this is what it is. You can have 10 loans at a time. You can have 7 holds placed at a time on one account. And you can have a wish list of up to 5,000 items. I think that's amazing. And you can recommend items to Overdrive. If Overdrive doesn't have something, you can recommend 5 titles a month. And then I'm going to go to holds. I also do not have any holds, but let's change that. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to search for something. So let's say I want to check out Little Women. The movie just came out, but I want to read the book first. So we have a lot of options here. First up, it looks like we have an audiobook that is available, and I think it would be cool to listen to. So I'm going to press borrow. I'm just going to say here, borrow for 14 days. Okay, and your option is you can download the MP3 audiobook. To do that, you will need the Overdrive app for your computer. But I'm going to put cancel. And if I go to loans and I want to listen to it in the browser, I can do that. So it'll just open up another window and I can start listening to it on my computer there through the browser. Let's go back because maybe I would rather read the book. So we have a couple versions here, and I'm just going to go with the one that's available. So I'm going to put borrow. Borrow. And again, it's going to say, do you want to download this? And you'll need a special app for your desktop in order to do that. I'm going to do cancel and oops, wrong one. Read now in browser. And it's going to open up another window and I can start reading through if I want. Okay, let's check out a magazine, which I personally have never done before, so we will be learning this together. Let's do a food one. So I'm going to do Food Network magazine, borrow for 14 days again, borrow. This one looks like the only option they have here is read now in browser. So I'm going to do that. Ooh. When you have the little hand here and you click, it's going to turn the page. And you can see the whole magazine. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to check out a video. So I'm going to go to the kids, I think. So I'm going to go to available now. And I'm going to go children's. And I'm going to do this one because my son loves Mo Willems. So I'm going to go borrow. This one looks like it's borrow for 5 days. And I can watch now in browser. Let's see. Just going to bring it up, start playing. Oh, it looks like I changed the sound here, or I can do the tracking or pausing there, go full screen. Very cool. Okay, and again, if I go to my loans, I can see everything that I've kind of amassed in the last 5 minutes. It fills up quickly. If I want to return something early, I can just go here, return title. If I don't return early and I take up the whole 14 days here, 14 days here, 5 days, it'll automatically be removed from my account when my loan period is up. But if I finish early, then I can return. I usually do this as a habit, especially if an item that I had, there's a hold on it. If I'm already done, then I'll return it, and whoever's next in line doesn't have to wait any longer to read it. So let's go over how we place a hold on something. So I'm going to search for a new book that just came out. Let's see. Let's go Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. And you can see there's a wait list here. And if I go and click on this, it says 0 of 3 copies available. And if you hover over this and you click on it, it'll tell you how many people are waiting in line, how many people are waiting per copy. So it's a hefty line and I want to get on it. So you place a hold and I'll ask you to fill out your email address and confirm that email address. The reason why they do that is when it's your turn, they will email you and say, hey, this hold is available for you to pick up. It's your turn in line. They'll let you know as soon as it's available. So let me type in. So I'll go place hold, and it says I'm number 57. And then it says again, an email will be sent when the title is available to borrow. So let's say that maybe I changed my mind and don't want that hold, or maybe a copy came in at the library and I could get that one faster. I could remove it here. Another option that you have to do is to suspend your hold. So if you see that you're like number one on the list, it's going to come to you within 2 weeks, but you're already reading something and you don't have time to read it, or you're just worried that you're not going to be able to finish it in time, you can suspend that hold for 7 days, 14, 21, up to 180 days, and you'll still be put on the wait list. Your place won't move, but you don't have to worry about it crowding what else is on your list of what you're already reading. It's a really great feature that they have. And also, if you need to edit your email, you can do that. So I'm going to remove that because we actually have that at the library, and I think I could get that faster than waiting. So I'm going to go back to Little Women. And I'm just going to really quick do borrow, there, borrow, there. And then I'm going to go to my loans. They appear here. And remember how our options are only read now in browser or listen now in browser or download the apps that you need for the desktop. I personally don't love reading in my browser. If I can, I will read it on my Kindle. And this is the audiobook option is a little bit inconvenient because I can't listen to it when I'm going out. So what we'll want to do here is we'll want to download the app. Overdrive has a couple of apps that you can use. One is called Overdrive. One is called Libby, which they advertise right here. And both are free. You can download it on the App Store, and I will give you a quick run through of those apps as well. So these are my reading apps right here. We have the Kindle app, which I'll get into in a minute, Overdrive, Libby, and Sora. I'm not going to do a tutorial of the Overdrive app, mainly because I personally do not use this, and there's a couple of reasons. One is I just find it to be extremely clunky. You have to sign in a couple of times before you can actually see what the offerings are, and for the majority of the books and audiobooks that Overdrive has, I cannot read or listen to them in the Overdrive app, and that's just not something that I personally want in an app. I don't want that app taking up space on my phone if I can't actually use it. It is basically the website in app form, so I'm not going to go through and show you how to use it because I've pretty much done that up to this point. So instead, we're going to focus on Libby, which is the app that I personally use, and it's the one that we saw that Overdrive was advertising on their website. It is really great. You can read your books in the app, listen to your audiobooks in there, and I'm just going to show you how all that's done. So I'm going to open the app, and it's going to ask, do you have a library card? So we're going to say yes. And there's a couple options here. We're going to do I'll search for library, and I'm just going to type in our zip code of Ephraim Library. And you see it comes up right here. And just press Ephraim library card if you already have a library card number. And we're going to log in with our same library card number and the same password that we do when we're on the website. And this is the app. You can see it looks very familiar now that we've been through the actual web page. A lot of this looks the same. You can find your books the same ways. You can go by subject, which they have all of them listed out here. or you can go back to their main page and they have highlighted just different categories based on what people might be interested in right now, things like that. So a lot of this we've seen on the website already. But I'm going to go to the shelf here, and we can see the two books that we've already checked out already. The reason why the due date is different than when we were on the website is because I'm filming this over a couple of days. So some time has passed since I filmed that earlier part. But let's start with the Little Women ebook. And you can see I can open up right in my app, which is really great. Super easy. So I always have it with me. And then we're going to open up the audiobook and we're going to find the same. You can just play it.
Little Women by Louisa May Alcott.
Right in the app, super great. Up top, you can see you can change the playback speed all the way up to 2 times. I personally like it 1.25. It's a little bit faster than regular, but I can still understand what they're saying. And then in this menu here to the right, you can skip to chapters if you're further in. You can set bookmarks. And the app has tips that might make your user experience a little bit easier. Oh, and you can take bookmarks with the icon up at the top here. So I'm going to go, I want to check out a new book and show you guys how to read something on your Kindle. I'm just going to go to what's available, what's for sure is available. And then here with compatibility, I'm going to go and do Kindle. So every search that comes up is able to be used on your Kindle. So you just go to borrow. And then we're going to my shelf and you press read with here, select Kindle. And the app is going to redirect you to Amazon. You sign in with your Amazon account, which is free. And here under Get Library Book, it's going to ask you to select which device you would like to send it to. Truthfully, it sends it to all of them. But you can choose if you have a Kindle, if you have the Kindle app on a phone, you can just pick one. And then press Get Library Book. So it says read now in the app. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out of Libby right now. And I'm going to pull up the Kindle app on my phone, which is free. The book should pop up in a minute. Okay, so there's the book that we just checked out. And I'm going to open it. And it'll bring up this. If you sync with Goodreads, you can mark it as currently reading. I'm not because I am not actually reading this book. And this is the app. You can do all kinds of things here. You can customize the font. You can customize the background color. You can customize whether you do infinite scrolling downwards in order to read, or if you want to swipe it just like you're turning a page in a book. Again, we have that bookmark icon up top, and you can set bookmarks. And then up at the top left, if you press this icon with the 3 lines, you'll be able to see the different places you can jump to in the book. So the beginning, the dedication, or all of the chapters here. And that's the Kindle app. It's so easy. So I'm going to go back to my shelf. And I'm done with these books, so I'm just going to return them early for someone else to read. Really easy. And next I'm going to look at my holds. So right now I don't have any holds. Let me show you how we place a hold in the Libby app. So I'm going to go to New in Books, And the first thing that pops up is Best American Mystery Stories. I'm going to place the hold. And let's go to my shelf. And I can manage the hold. I can either suspend it or cancel it. And if you click on this little calendar icon up here, it'll tell you a little information about your hold, how many copies there are, estimated wait times. If we go up to the menu on the top left here, you can see you can add another library card. If you have multiple family members who have their own cards, you can add them, and also you can add a library. So this is really helpful if any of you have moved into the state of Utah recently from another state and your library account is still active. You can access another state's Overdrive at the same time as you're accessing Utah's online library, which is a fun little hack and a really great thing to have as a resource. You basically get twice the content. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to cancel this hold because I don't actually need it. And that's it. I would recommend just downloading the Libby app and just exploring it. See what you find. Just become as familiar with it as you possibly can. Libby is great because I think the user experience is very easy. It's much better than Overdrive. It's not as clunky. And it's an all-in-one app. You can browse books, you can check out books, and you can read and listen to books all in the Libby app. If you prefer on your Kindle, you can also send it to your Kindle, which is super great. Lastly, this app that we have here is Sora. We've had a couple of people come in or call and ask us about Sora. This is also from the Overdrive company. It is children's and middle grade and teen books. The login information, however, does not come from us. You will need to call your child's school office for that login info for Sora. But you will find that when you do go into Sora, it's so similar to Overdrive and Libby. It's nice if you already know how to use the Libby app or the Overdrive app. That learning curve is not so steep. It's almost exactly the same in Sora. And that is our tour and tutorial of Overdrive. We hope it is really helpful for you and that it expands your view of what a library is and what can be in its collection. If you have any questions, feel free to call us. We're always available to help and to answer any questions that you might have.